Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Alvin and the Bradys. This is episode 34. So yeah, in the last video we were, I wanted to restate, I want to, I want to explain again, how I became, how I became a fan of the Brady Bunch and go over my hopes and dreams. I said I wanted to Marie McCormick to autograph my Britney dolls. But so to start off here, I said back in 2009 or so, I wanted, I remember, they had I knew about the Alvin show, and I knew about Alvin and the Chipmunks. I knew about Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Alvin show and 80 series Alvin and the Chipmunks. So I was excited about seeing the Chipettes on, they were working on, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel, and that I remember that summer of 2009. I was, excited to see the Chipettes, but so I do sort of remember I remember it during that point they took all the Alvin show episodes off, off of YouTube, so I was very disappointed with that. And I remember spending that whole summer, trying to find, I just wanted to see every episode of the Alvin and the Chipmunks and, the Alvin show, like the whole franchise, but, it wasn't that easy, because, it wasn't that easy, because, in a lot of the 80s episodes, they weren't available either. I wanted to see the Muffins episode, the one where they dress up as girls with the cookies. Those episodes were not available at the time back in 2009. I just wanted to watch every episode. And, of course, I also wanted to, see, I saw some episodes with the Chipettes, and, I told you in the last video that they weren't all that they were cracked up to be, the Chipmunks seemed to be more cheerful and upbeat and happy-go-lucky. The Chipettes were nothing like that. They were shy episodes that had the Chipettes in them that kind of, I thought it kind of ruined the episode because, they were shy and, I just felt, I didn't like seeing characters on on Alvin and the Chipmunks, that I felt sorry for, and they, they were not, they weren't adopted, they didn't seem like they were adopted sisters and brothers, but I think, I strongly think that I, I thought they were supposed to be, there were a lot of episodes where, especially, Alvin, Brittany was like very mean to Alvin. I have to say, Brittany would always be snobby and say, I can do anything better than you can. And this is all your fault. And, it just made me, I just, it kind of, broke my heart watching those episodes, with that included the Chipettes as well. But, and I thought it was best, just to have the original three Chipmunks and Dave Seville and no other characters to ruin it. And, that really made me, and also, I should, say this, there was also, there were also Halloween-themed movies of Alvin and the Chipmunks. There was one called Alvin and the Chipmunks Meet Frankenstein, and Alvin and the Chipmunks Meet the Wolfman. And I think there should have been I started watching these movies. They had these movies on YouTube as well. Well, they had it on that live stream, Alvin and the Chipmunk Network back in 2009. I really took advantage of that. But anyway, now the Frankenstein was good, but the Wolfman, the Chipettes sort of ruined that. Brittany seemed to be like at her meanest in that movie. She called Alvin the other one, like, Simon was the smart one, Theodore was the sweet one. She just called Alvin the other one, like he was some kind of, but no, Alvin's the awesomest one. Brittany too. She'll be even more special once I get, Maureen McCormick, Marcia Brady's autograph, on these dolls. That really would make me happy. But anyway, she was very, I thought, she was, she was very rude to Alvin. And not only that, but Eleanor was in that movie. Eleanor was, after, Theodore, there was their new neighbor, Mr. Talbot. Yeah, there was their neighbor, Mr. Talbot. In that movie, and I guess he was like a werewolf, and I guess he was like, he gave Eleanor this diamond necklace. I mean, and she loved Theodore. I mean, she thanked Theodore for it. He, he found this diamond necklace in one of Alvin's monster books, and he just gave it to Eleanor. I mean, Eleanor really appreciated it. I mean, she's such a nice girl. And then Theodore, I guess Mr. Talbot attacked him and I guess cut his hand, and he got a little cut on his hand, and Theodore started feeling weird and acting weird, and then you know the story, like at first Eleanor thought it was, kind of cute that Theodore was, a werewolf puppy thing, but then she got, then I think there was like a musical segment, and Eleanor started to wonder if there was something wrong with Theodore, and then I mean, she starts becoming more like, Brittany here. She starts seeing, Theodore as some kind of nasty animal, and then Theodore asks Eleanor to walk home with her, and to walk, if he could walk her home, and she says, "Oh, brother," like like he's never known Theodore before, because he's changed into this werewolf, this mean werewolf puppy, and then later, and then there's like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde play at the, I'm sorry, this video's, but there was a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde play, and they're trying to break, Theodore's werewolf curse then, and I guess Theodore's in the play, and I guess he's like the monster, and I guess Theodore didn't kind of, he couldn't, I guess he couldn't do his, I don't know, I guess like Eleanor thought he was disgusting, and she said, I guess that during the play, she said, "Oh, that Theodore, he's such an animal." I didn't like that when Eleanor started hating Theodore just because he was a werewolf. That really turned me off. That's when the Chipettes were, they really hated the chipmunks. I don't know if they hated them, but you get the idea. But anyway, I think I always thought, the Chipettes would ruin a good episode, but But, I also saw, there's this live action puppet movie. I should probably, I think I'm gonna sign off on this video because it's been 15 minutes and I had a lot to say. So this has been episode 34, and I've got a lot to explain. So I'll go over some more. I'll want more to come in the next video about So bye everyone.